or at least the systems or the way that we express what marriage is supposed to be, can be, mainly because commitment is commitment. A person can get married to you on paper and still be cheating on you. Like, is that person actually committed to you? Just because I'm married to you don't mean I'm committed to you. And commitment is something that's lost on a lot of people in this world today. So I've never been married. No, I've gotten close to it, but I've never made it all the way. No, I wasn't engaged. I was close. I was actually in the process of purchasing the ring for the engagement to propose, and then the person turned on me eventually. Like, it's interesting. I was having a conversation on about emotional availability and how somebody initially they can be available for you, and then at some point in time their emotions may change. Maybe a conversation that could have been had wasn't had. Things that could have been fixed weren't fixed, and then the next thing you know, that person just detaches from you, but they don't tell you that they're detached from you until they decide to just pull that 360 and go.
I've never been married, so I mean, I would, but to me, I think it just depends on the person for real, and like you said, what they've been through. Because for some people, it is obtainable, and they still want to do that. So, like for example, this girl at my job, she's 24, she's excited about getting married, and I enjoy seeing her like just be excited, talk about her love and like what she got going on with her fiance. And so I feel like for some people it could be. For me, I would be willing, but like he King Aquarius said, it would be the whole commitment thing. Like, are you really committed to me? Because if I did get married, I want us to do it for real. Like, we ain't about to sit here and play. No, not engaged or proposed to, but I thought I was, and then like like Aquarius said, he literally pulled the rug from under my feet. So like it was absolutely not what I had planned for our at the time 5 years.
I do not think marriage is outdated. I think that a lot of situations have kind of turned into almost like more of a business contract as opposed to being like in love. I mean, it can go either way. I don't hate either way. I understand them both. I have been engaged. With that being said, if you guys ever watched Love and Hip Hop, how the whole Jim Jones and Chrissy engagement played out, he gave her the ring, but I don't think he ever planned on actually marrying her. I think that was kind of the situation with my ex. He did get that ring back, and I did leave. I did walk away, but marriage is not outdated. Can be a beautiful thing. Marriage can also be horrible when people try and walk off with other people's things during a divorce. Um, so I am a strong believer in prenups. I never, I did definitely didn't propose to him. I would never, but he gave me a ring. The proposal was even a little awkward. So I mean, I think he just did it just to do it. So I don't think that there was ever a plan to actually go through with a wedding.
My bad. My bad, y'all. My ring light don't want to cooperate with me, but that's okay. Yes, I don't think that marriage is outdated. I think a lot of people haven't actually seen successful ones. I come from a household where my parents have actually been married for about 35 years. My grandparents have been married for 54 years, and my grandparents before they passed were married for 60 years. So, marriage in my family is kind of something that you do. Like, once you've been with somebody for so long, it's time to get married. Like, that's my sister just got married a few years ago to the man she was with since I was in eighth grade. My brother's getting married next year. I'm the only one that ain't married, but I ain't got no man. And to us, it's kind of the way that marriage was described to us is it's the legalization of your love in front of everybody, right? So even though you could love somebody to your core, you could be with them for 10, 12 years. If you don't have that paperwork substantiating the love that you guys created, it doesn't matter to anybody outside of y'all. If your partner of 10 years was to be hospitalized and in a coma, if they don't have that paperwork saying that you are the person that can make decisions on their behalf, you're their other half, their parents or someone who's related to them by blood can supersede what y'all have talked about in y'all household for the last 10 years. That that part kind of matters a lot more now in the time that we live in, especially with us becoming entrepreneurs and having like futures that we've invested in with people, to now where if I have a partner of 10 years and we built this business together, if they suddenly die, am I going to lose this to their mom because it's their mom because we never got married? And to me, that's what keeps marriage from being outdated, because as long as we have court systems and legal documents we have to file in order to get stuff done, we need that. That's it.
I would look at marriage as a partnership. Because even as partners, we can go into business together. Like, but if I'm viewing it as a just a business contract, then it's like I'm not really committed to this. Like this could be broken at any time because a business partnership can end at any time, could split, it could be bad. But then again, a partnership could be the same way, but contractually versus non-contractually. Like I'd rather know that you're really here for me. Like at the end of the day, and not any money that be obtained, not any items or materials. Like I want to know that you're actually here for me. Like, or else why am I here, wasting my time? Like, you know.
I would say a partnership, just because I was been talking to a couple people, but just because I feel like in a partnership we can both learn from each other, And like for like with the business transaction, I feel like somebody's more in charge or something like that. Like somebody's like more like, oh, I gotta always lead. I always gotta, be right, or we always gotta listen to me. I feel like in a partnership, of course, like depending on like whatever, but I just feel like it's a partnership. We gonna lean on each other. We're gonna take from each other. We're gonna learn from each other, and we're gonna. My end goal is for us to get to the top, or whatever our goal is, together. Thick or thin, hard, lows, sickness, health, literally. Some people just be saying it and don't be meaning it.
I personally would prefer it to be a partnership. I don't knock people who do it as a business, though. I don't. A contract is a contract. A marriage certificate is a form of a contract, whether you want to accept that or not. A lot of business agreement marriages work out to be better than partnership marriages. A lot of the time. But I would prefer a partnership. I don't want to be stuck with somebody that I don't love. I'm not trying to look at your face all day, every day if I don't love you.
So to me, marriage is a business between partners. And I know that sounds really crazy because everybody was like, yeah, But when you handle your business properly, you're coming into this. In my mind, a marriage is between two equal entities, right? So we're coming into this with the equal amount of things to lose and the equal amount of things to gain. The importance of the marriage contract is protecting the things that we both equally came in bringing in, and the things that we will grow from moving forward. If we handle it, the contractual part of our marriage, meaning like we make sure all of our business is handled properly and all of that, that's fine. The love part is our actual relationship. The relationship has absolutely nothing to do with the contract of marriage. So I can love you to death and we can still handle business. Our love for one another should not impact the business that we handle together as partners. Those two things should be separate. That's why when marriages happen, there's a clauses for divorce. We love each other to death right now. But if this were to end, what happens after that? Because love is an emotion. Emotions we can't control. Sometimes you fall out of love with people. Marriages end every day. So if we don't handle this properly, when it's over, we have these big fallouts. We got a bunch of people that's like, oh, you didn't love me. No, you just didn't handle your business properly. And you was surviving and living and dying off love. But if you've learned nothing else, you learn that love is not enough on its own for anything to be successful.
Um, when I know that I'm ready to actually marry a person in this sea vast world of billions of people that you could choose from. It could be anybody. The one person that I know for a fact like is going to give me what I've been lacking in previous relationships. You know what I'm saying, like, I just have that's me just knowing myself and knowing what I've been through personally, and understanding what it is that I'm looking for and what I'm not looking for. Like, I have certain boundaries that I'm not going to allow someone to cross, as far as not understanding me, not caring about what I'm saying, not actually listening to me. Like, the business aspect of things, as far as money, like, we're gonna make that together. I make that for myself. I'm gonna make sure that there's somebody, but the main thing for me is the emotional aspect of things. Like, if I know that I can come to you and talk to you and you're not going to be the same person that judge me, that you shouldn't be, right? You should be somebody that's willing to listen to me, willing to care about me. You should know me just like I know you. That's what marriage is supposed to be about to me, like in my mind, like that love between each other, that I love you so much that I know who you are and you know who I am. So if I'm going through something, if I can't go to nobody else, I can come to you, right? Like, and I don't have to ever worry about you taking anything that I say to you or with you, and you using it against me. Are you trying to turn into a problem that all of a sudden you feel like that I have based off of something I shared with you? That's You should be making me stronger, just like I'm going to make you stronger. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, anybody that I come into contact with, if I see a weakness in you, I'm going to build you up. That's what strong people are supposed to do. But too often, strong people take advantage of weak people, and strong people even take care of strong people. They take advantage of strong people within their weak moments, because we all have weak moments as human beings. But in that moment of weakness, can I really trust you? That's going to let me know that this is somebody that I can really most likely take that step with. And I haven't met that person. Like, yeah, I haven't met a person like that yet. So, well, now, yeah, but recently, no. Nah, she here. She here. Nah, she here. She here.
You better
I
get
think
it.
I think I found somebody like that. We gonna see. Heard you. Heard you.
At the time, I felt like one, we was together for so long, so I definitely felt like I knew him. Uh, he was literally nothing like I had ever experienced before, and I just was so just in love with him, and so I felt like that was like at 5 years, I felt like that should have been the next move.
Um, when I'm past the point of learning to trust you and love you enough to allow you to take care of me, um, I should be there should be no discomfort in my mind that you wouldn't be able to take care of me. And I don't mean take care of me like pay all the bills and but take I if you love somebody and somebody loves you, you should want to take care of each other. I have to be able to trust you enough that you're gonna take care of me and that I'm gonna be okay and that I don't have to have a guard up and still feel like I have to do everything independently. I should trust you enough to let you take that lead. If I don't feel like comfortable enough that you are able to take the lead, then you're not the one for me. Right. 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 I should be able to let that portion go.
Yeah, but I actually don't feel like I'm ready for marriage at all. Because of the like because of what I've grown up being seen, and even like with conversations about marriage. I've been engaged. I was engaged to somebody I was with for 4 years. And marriage also means compromises that are bigger than what we normally would do deal with. And it's a bunch of times, like right now where I am in my journey of self-discovery, I'm very selfish right now. So I know that I couldn't possibly like compromise on certain things that when you're married you kind of have to. Like, I'm not gonna choose, you're not gonna tell me I'm not gonna buy what I want to buy after I went to work with my money and made this money all week. And you finna tell me that we can't buy this because you said we gotta pay this other thing. Well, I know I get paid next week. I don't know what you got going on. And I'm still in that mindset. I'm not in the okay, this is for the betterment of us and we're gonna do this and we're gonna I'm not there yet. Right now I'm worried about me and what I want and how I want life to go for me. So I feel like single is the right space for me to be in at this moment. And when I do decide or meet somebody that makes me decide to be married, the qualities of a partner that I look for are unorthodox. So I don't really want to share them. But just know that it'll be like a really well thought out decision.
I do absolutely think that it is possible. Reason being is that um, over the years, I've gained the idea that sometimes the person that's meant for you is nowhere in your area. Like you're not you. Sometimes you can go outside and meet your person in your city, or maybe it might be taking a flight somewhere and you meet someone while you're on a trip somewhere doing that. But then at the same time, like I've also known people to be able to get on here, and you don't get on here looking for it. I mean, that's some of the problems that a lot of people have is they're out there actively looking for the relationship. But a lot of times you just have to chill, just work on yourself, get what you got taken care of, and then that person may find you. You get on here one day, you never know. It might be in the most unlikely of places, like in people that you was like, hold on, I would have never saw myself with this person. But you sit here and you talk to a person, they may come into your room all the time. Like they may know you better than the people that are actually around you because they actually pay attention to you. But I absolutely do think that it's possible for some people. Like for other people, nah, because there's always two halves of the coins. Like some people, they may not even be looking for that, but they may pretend like to get something out of you. So you got to be careful on a site like this. Like if somebody pretend to love you just to get a gift out of you and then ditch you once they got what they want. Like, but genuine love does exist. I've seen it on here. Like I've met people that have exist. I've even kind of experienced it myself a little bit. So like, so yeah, I see it possible. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely feel like you can find love on tag or online, period. I just feel like when it happens natural, it just happens and you can't do nothing about it, especially like if y'all able to talk about different things. And sometimes it might not be someone, who's around, they might just pop up at the right time when you're going through something, just be able to have somebody to talk to. I have dated people off tag when I was a little younger. um the relationship didn't go too far, but it still was like, fun in the moment. So I definitely feel like you can find love. It'll be like the same thing, like you get in groups and stuff to find, people you got stuff in common with. So like I feel like sometimes they just be online. Thank you. All right.
Did you
Yes. I think that I mean, there's pros and cons to it, but I think that the pros, when you meet somebody online, uh, you don't have the physical connection, which it can be a good thing because you're not interfering with like sexual things don't interfere, and you don't have a choice but to get to know that person. And if that person is really being genuine and not just making up an online story and like having a fiction of a life, it can be beneficial because it really gives you a lot of people rush into relationships and a lot of people don't take time to get to know people, and when you're online you don't have a choice but to learn that person. Right.
Yes, I think that you can find love on the bus stop if you look hard enough. Like, love is not something that can be, to me, no, love is not something that can be compartmentalized. You can't decide when, how, or where it happens. I think that the vulnerability that a lot of us have online we don't have in person. So sometimes the love that you kind of have when you meet somebody like virtually is, to me, it look a little deeper. Like I know people who met online, m- got it, met each other one day and never left each other's side. Like they've been together for years and they met on the internet. I'm gonna take it a step further. My first boyfriend ever in life, I met on Tag. Back when Tag had chat rooms and you could whisper at people. I met the love of the first person I've ever kissed, my first everything. I met on Tag. We happened to live around the corner from each other. He whispered at me, and literally, my ex fiance, I met on Tag. we and yes, literally, and this was before Tag had where you can go live. It was just talking to people, and then it was we gonna get on the phone, and we stayed on the phone. I think my first love, our first phone call lasted for like 6 hours, and we talked and talked and talked and talked until our phones died, till our minutes wasn't free, because you know that's how long ago it was. And I don't, both of those relationships that shaped my life. Like I have, my boyfriends were my boyfriends. Like I was one of them girls that could ask their boyfriend for allowance. Like my boyfriend used to take me to school. I didn't have, it was a bunch of stuff that I like didn't have to worry about. So when I started dating in the real world, my expectations for niggas that I met in real life was even higher. Cause it's like, okay, I know you're gonna take me on a date. Like that's to be the first thing we do. Like, and it kind of just puts into perspective like distance is relative, because when you're, I'm cursing. Oh, I'm sorry. um I didn't realize I cursed. uh yeah, it puts into perspective how relative distance really is, because we actually have our phones with us 100% of the time, right? So if you're, we have access to our partner really 100% of the time, versus when you have a relationship with somebody in the real world, they'll say stuff to you like, man, I'm gonna see you tonight, I don't gotta talk to you all day, we live together, you know. So it's not the same like passion to talk to you, or passion to be a part of your space, or to know what you did in the day, or to know how your day went, because they can just see you. So I think I like online dating because it's the vulnerability is attractive to me.
Um, Hello, good morning, everyone. It's afternoon here. I'm actually in Africa, so sorry if you can't hear me or there is something you don't understand. Okay, can you all hear me?
It's very
Okay,
light.
so I feel like everybody has their own way to experience or their own ways of dating. I feel like if you have this perception, you have to go with it. Okay, you don't need somebody to change your perception because sometimes you see people dating online and it works for them. It might not work for you. People live like 2 years online and the next year, the next 3 years, they meet, they get married. People meet online for 2 months and it works for them. So you just have to figure out what works for you. If you're that person that you're impatient, you both need to understand both culture because one, I'm talking about my experience, so I'm talking about how it feels to be an African guy who is dating someone from the Western world. Okay, just meeting somebody like that and you have this connection. How are you guys going to meet? How patient are you guys going to put in to meet? So I would say it's all about you figuring something out. Yeah, that's all I would say. Yeah. Okay, I've never gotten married before, and I can't wait. Like, trust me, we grew up. Yeah, yeah, the reason why I say I can't wait is, I know myself. I know like I'm good, and I don't need to be single forever. Like, not like I'm desperate to get married, but I feel like I need this one person to always put a smile on her face and also make her feel like, yeah, I'm not every man on this earth. I'm the best. Like, you need that crown. You need that crown for yourself. I don't know if I'm making sense, but you need that crown for yourself. Every ambition person always wants to have a family, and having a family, it feels so good. You come home and you have your kids wrapped on you, you have your wife wrapped on you, and you be like, give a peg or give a peg, give a kiss on both sides. You feel me? Like, that kind of feeling, yeah. Oh my days, oh my days, oh my days. It feels so good. I mean, not like you always see other people and be like you want to be like them. No, you need to figure out how you can be happy at home, because most of the time we follow social media, we follow people's content, and we be like we desperate to be like them, and that's wrong. If I have this thing in mind that I always dream about, I feel like, yeah, I can make my wife happy. If you think you can make your wife happy, always find out if your wife can also retaliate the happiness you're trying to give to your wife. Like, if there are certain ladies you always want to receive, that's the same thing to guys. There are certain guys you always ready to receive. But it should be like, as a guy, you need to always be like an inch ahead of your woman or your partner, because if the woman is trying to make everything possible for you to be happy, come on. I mean, you blessed. Trust me, you are definitely blessed. And you don't need to look any else. Like, you don't need to look anywhere. Because you can't get this. Not every lady will try to be like, let me do this for my man. Let me take my man on a date. Let me do this. Let me surprise my man. So if you naive, or you're not wise enough, the lady is doing that for you, and you're not trying to be like, yeah, build a memo for a lady, build an impact. Let her be like, wow, this is new to me. You feel me? I've never experienced all this. Sometimes, sometimes when you get some treatment, trust me, when you get some treatment, you kind of doubt yourself, like, oh, oh Lord have mercy, oh Lord have mercy. Am I the real person having this treatment? Like, you never expected that treatment, right? That's the same way you have to channel that energy times three, times four, times 100 to the person. You need to make the person know that she's worth it. That's something I can say that. Yeah.
um, benefits. I don't. I mean, getting a life partner, I guess for me would be that. Like, I don't know. I don't look at it the way that most other people may look at it, is from like the business point of view, like the actual. You know what I'm saying? Like, benefit for me is just knowing that I can trust somebody, like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when the weight of the world is on my shoulders, like, and I'm not, like, you know what I'm saying, at my absolute peak as a man, you know what I'm saying, should be, like, that I can trust you in those moments, like, because some people, like I say, will take those moments and use them against you, and like, like they try to crush you. Like, it's weird how, it's awkward. But as long as I know I got you by my side, and you know what I'm saying, like, we can keep on doing this thing called life together, like, and it's you go get tired of me, I'm gonna get tired of you, but we gonna keep getting it in, like, I'm good. Exactly.
I mean, if you really want to benefits, there's different realms of benefits. You got insurance and life insurance policies and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, as far as emotional benefits, like you got picked, you got chosen to be loved for the rest of your life. Um, Obviously, the tax breaks and stuff like that are nice. That's what I look at benefits. I think of work. So not just oh, let's all say we're so in love benefit. Nah, there's other benefits to it for sure. Right.
I think that the divorce rate is higher now because people are getting married for the look and not actually the investment of a marriage. Like with the expansion of social media, also came like the influencers. And people want to be marriage influencers and want to be relationship influencers and want to be real. So they get married in order to for recognition, but they don't actually get married for marriage. So once the recognition part or the outside forces part leaves, there's nothing to sustain the relationship. They're just married. And divorces are a lot easier, especially when see we talk a lot about like famous people and their divorces and how much money gets exchanged. But for poor people, it's actually a lot cheaper for us to go ahead and get this over with before we make any money. Like we might as well go ahead and end this now. So that way if something happens afterwards, cool. I think with second marriages, people will sometimes convince themselves that the first marriage didn't work out because of the other person and they never actually did any shadow work or fix anything about themselves. They just got married again because somebody asked them to get married again. But they didn't actually do anything to prepare themselves for what the dedication of marriage actually really is.
Okay. One, I think it's based on social media because you know, um, you kind of see certain content. You know, some people make content to always make you crave for certain things. I don't know if that makes sense. Like some people make certain content for you to crave. Like, ooh, this person look good in this person look good. So mentally, if you know matured or strong, you kind of gear yourself into stuff like that. Maybe someone just got married to someone um, who had this kind of face, look, but you didn't delve into character because character is for years. But I feel like the beauty or the physical look is just like a temporary thing. I don't know if yeah. So you actually going to marry to someone who is going to get like you for the rest of your life, and you didn't look into that. You're going to marry to someone who is going to say harsh words to you, abuse you. You didn't look into that. You just fell because you felt like, okay, this person look good. When I take this person out on a date, I'll be like, yeah, I'm being with the best person. But you getting the bad treatment at home when nobody is seeing that. Like you're telling the world you have the best person on earth. And that's wrong. That's what we all trying to do. Like we're not trying to channel our energy into that. I feel like every day, like, okay, okay. So I feel like every day and every time, if you try to see, because I'm a trainer and I will say this, as a trainer, I meet a lot of people, I talk to a lot of people, and I feel like being married to someone is about mental health. I'm married to someone who is deeply mentally strong, not to the physical, because as a trainer, I can build you up to any kind of look I want. And beauty is easy to get, but character is hard to get. So I always have this key point. If you don't have a good character or a good manner, trust me, it's going to be something like, nah, I can't roll with you because you're not mature enough. But talking about looks, I can build it up. Talking about big bags, talking about to lose weight. I don't mind how you look. I can help you out if you actually have if you,
People want something to post on social media. People who get married for the wrong reasons and aren't thinking it through, they do it for the fantasy of it, for the dress and the Cinderella effect and the party and the something to show off. Just like when a young girl has a baby at a young age, she does it for the show off effect of it. A lot of people don't think long term. They think of what, fun they can get out of it and the show off portion of it. They don't think like I'm gonna be with you until I am in a casket. That's not how people think
Or
nowadays,
in
and
a
it's
diaper.
right. It's sad. So people want to be able to post themselves on Instagram twirling around in a big pretty dress with fog coming out and music blasting and everybody turning up and the honeymoon phase. Everybody just want that honeymoon phase nowadays.
So I used to be a daytime streamer. I'm getting back to that. Um, I'm a conversationalist. If you come to my live, we gonna talk. We gonna talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. But I'll have a topic sometimes. But for the most part, I just want to talk about your day and what you got going on. I'm very big on decompressing. I feel like we come to this space in order to get away from the real world. So my goal is when you come spend time with me, we gonna decompress from all the stuff you got going on in the real world. Whether that mean you want to cuss, fuss, shoot some stuff, whatever you want to do, we gonna do it. I will be in the one and only Strawberry Red her lingerie auction on September 23rd. Y'all make sure y'all tune in.
Uh, I'm currently revamping the hours that I'm going to be streaming, but it's probably still going to be nighttime rather. Um, just changing a lot of things that I do with my stream, trying to figure out what I want to get started as far as content to, do more on the app myself. What I'm doing, I'll be on Pretty Wiki's first show. That's so pretty on Friday at 11 p.m. In her stream, and then I'm going to be in Coco Melon's auction on the 19th. So that's gonna be double my first auction. Outside of that, I just be chilling. All right, bless.
I am 808. Been on here about 17 months. Um, I have an auction coming up on the 19th at 9:20 in Sweet Tea's Leo auction because I just turned 40. I really have not been streaming too much. Um, but if you're looking for me, you could normally find me in Cupid Lee Live because I live in there. Um, but when I do stream, I ask a lot of questions. I have so many questions. That's kind of my reputation on here, question queen. So that's it. At this point, yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm Chafe. I'm a fitness trainer. I do training, and I actually have open stream to everybody who comes in because I got on this app 3.5 months ago, so I'm trying to figure stuff out. Um, I stream a workout. I have a aerobic class every Wednesday. Because I'm in Africa, the time difference is like I don't know, 4 hours, 5 hours ahead. So I do my workout 8 a.m. my time. I don't know of yeah where you are, but yeah, I always work out at the gym and always ready to help anybody who wants to have transformation in fitness and also have this show coming up where we talk about the perception about African. Everybody has the perception about if you're from Africa, you like this, you like that, and the culture. So actually looking forward to bring more stuff about where I'm coming from. That's it. Yeah, and also have an option coming up by strawberries. So that's my first option, and I'm actually looking to enjoy it. Yeah. Thank you so much.
So I'm a new streamer. Really, you can just come over to my live for like uplifting, happiness, silliness. Like I just be being myself. We be chatting, laughing, just having a good time. I'm still thinking of like different little content, see what worked for me. But for the most part, you like when people have a bad day, they just come over like, okay, I know she gonna make me laugh. I know we finna get in the verses and at least troll some people, have fun, meet some new people, and just build relationships and rapport with one another. I'm usually on here in the mornings and at night, but I do get on randomly throughout the day too. Um, and yeah, I don't know. Come pay me, come see. Thank you.